It's not 40 degrees anymore, people. You know what, I'm just going to start because they're not going to stop talking, but hopefully they will. Hello everyone, welcome back to your IB Helpline. I am Louise and I share this channel with Keely, although she is not here at the moment, she is in America. And now there's a car. Yeah, Keely is in America, so I am going to be doing this week's video and next week's video because she's with family and I don't think she probably did take, knowing her, she probably did take her camera with her, but that's beside the point. Now it's currently August, so many of you lovely children have done your final exams of school, you've got your university offers back, and you've got your results back, so you know where you're going. And for most of you will be starting university in late September or early October, unless you're in Australia. But yes, most of you will be heading off to university shortly. And so, as someone who has finished their first year of university, I thought I would impart my vast knowledge to you. None of this is academic advice. This is all life advice. Because, surprise, surprise, many people have been completely dependent on their parents for their entire life, and then they find themselves at university and suddenly they're expected to take care of themselves and function as an adult human being while still going to lectures, seminars, and doing your work. Wow. It's almost as if they expect you to be a balanced individual. So without further ado, I'm gonna shut up and actually give you my advice of things that you need to prepare and things that you need to learn how to do before you go to university. My first bit of wisdom, it's not wisdom, it's more common sense, but as a lot of us know, common sense isn't very common nowadays. I'm gonna really annoy some people in this video. I swear most of the stuff that comes out of my mouth is a joke. So the first thing you want to do is you want to learn which things go in which bins, or trash cans if you speak Americanish. And you'd think that that wouldn't be very hard, but at university I have seen some things. Let's just say. I have seen some things. The second thing that I would say, and it's a lot more important, is budgeting. And it really is important because you don't want to end up like this. Yeah, I'll talk to you later. I just have to go and buy dinner now. Yeah, okay. Bye. Let's see how much money I have left. £4. I had a lot of people say to me when I was at university, like how I could afford certain things. Honestly, a lot of it was food because I did have quite a lot of nice food, but that's because I focused my budget on food because I like food and I didn't really go out at all. A lot of people would say, you know, they could barely afford to feed themselves nice things, but then they'd been out on the town multiple nights that week. And if you're in England or you're English, you know how expensive alcohol is if you go to like a bar or a club. Obviously, it's not a great way to spend your limited budget. I mean, not for me, but for a lot of people, going to the clubbing, yes, wonderful English, well done Louise, well done. Going clubbing is a big part of the university experience for a lot of people, and I'm not saying don't do it, I'm just saying you need to factor in the amount of money you're spending there and also maybe try and have a limit to what you're spending. Depending on how much you drink, that might be harder to or easier to do, but you know, your liver probably isn't going to thank you if you're drinking enough that you forget what your budget is. There are many ways that you can keep track of your budget. You can use, if you have online banking, you can just use your online banking account to see money going in and out and just keep track of it. You can set yourself a set budget, which is what I did. You can have a notebook to keep track of your money that you're spending if you work better on pen and paper, which is what I did, or you could make an Excel sheet if you're good at Excel, stuff like that. It's really not that hard as long as you actually sort of get into a rhythm of keeping track of what you're spending. The third thing that I would say is really necessary is cooking. I had too many friends who literally for the first term could not cook at all, and I cooked for quite a few people quite a few times because I actually enjoy cooking, so shush. Yeah, not only do I enjoy food, I enjoy cooking, which is, you know, always a good thing. And I had friends who couldn't make so much as a baked potato. In fact, I taught one friend how to make a baked potato, and then they sent me back a picture of them having made it, and it was like boiled potatoes that they'd cut into slices, and I was just like, how did you get that from what I showed you to do? And if she's watching, she knows exactly who she is. So I have a recipe book of recipes that I have found from online places, mostly the recipes that you can get from Tesco's, Sainsbury's and Morrison's online, and they're really good. And you can search for different like categories that you want, so like vegetarian, vegan, chicken, beef. You can also find like quick recipes, cheap recipes, stuff like that. The internet is a marvellous place, but I like to collect things and have them in real life. So I made myself a recipe book, which was just a fancy notebook that I then wrote the recipes down in. And it's just a much better way. Also, if you're making most of your own food, you're spending less money over the course of a week, a month, a year than you would if you're buying completely ready-made meals. Also, if you are cooking with yourself, you can do like meal prepping. So what I would do is I would make something that would have 4 servings, eat one the day that I made it, and then I would have 3 servings that could either go in the freezer or the fridge for another day that week, so I wouldn't have to be cooking every day each week, because as a university student you don't really want to be doing that, because 1, it's a lot of washing up that takes time, and 2, it's a lot of cooking that takes time, and you kind of need to be studying a bit whilst you're at university. That's kind of the main point, really. And not knowing how to cook is really a big hindrance. Not only feeding yourself nutritional food, but also your budget. And I suppose if you want to have more budget to spend on nights out, then cooking all of your food from scratch as much as possible is actually a good way of getting more money for nights out. I just use it to buy better food, each to their own. The final important it's number 4, it's the important one. The final thing involves 3 different types of cleaning. I hate cleaning. So the 3 types of cleaning that you want to learn how to do before you go to university is cleaning your dishes, cleaning your room, and cleaning your clothes. So the first one, cleaning dishes, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I have not seen the statistics, but if statistics exist, I'm gonna say that more than 90% of on-campus accommodation for universities do not have dishwashers in the kitchens. So you're gonna have to do your washing by hand. And if you don't know how to do that well or at all, you're gonna have a lot of disgusting crusty dishes that get left on the side and never get cleaned, of which my kitchen had several, and it's pretty disgusting. Cleaning your room, I don't mean tidying as in like putting things away, because like, let's face it, we're all teenagers in our first year of university. I'm still a teenager now going into my second year of university, and quite frankly my room is messier more often than it is clean. But what I mean by cleaning is like, you know, learning how to use a hoover and learning how to use like cleaning products. To be fair, I think most people our age should already know how to use these things, but you for the most part will be in charge of your own cleaning. I mean, at least where I was, we had cleaners who came into the bathrooms, but your own room, you were in charge of that. And you don't want to go without hoovering, vacuuming your room for a whole year. That's just disgusting. And then if you do leave clothes on the floor, which I honestly do sometimes, then they just get disgusting. The third type of cleaning, like I said, is cleaning clothes. Yeah, you don't want to not know how to use a washing machine or a dryer, because there are several terrible possibilities that could come out of you not knowing how to do this thing. One of these possibilities is you spill neon blue detergent all over your friend's Converse, which then stains them. This is the same person who did baked potatoes wrongly. I am looking at you. I'm not going to name any names, but you know who you are. The stain is still there, even though it has faded, and I will never forgive you. I'm kidding. I don't care. Another possibility is that you put it off for so long that you have no clean clothes and you have to go and buy some more, which is bad for your budget, or you have to put on dirty, stinky clothes and everyone doesn't want to hang around you because you smell like a fart in a bottle. Another option is you overload the washing machine, break it, and then everyone in your building hates you because there's 130 people in your building and only 2 washing machines. Yes, that is what I had. Yes, they were broken quite a lot of the time. We had to sneak into another accommodations building just to get their washing machines for about a week and a half, maybe 2.5 weeks actually. That wasn't a fun time. Most people left it unlocked for us because they realised what was going on, but there were a few mean people who locked it on purpose because they didn't like the fact that we were using their washing machines. They had like 10. Greedy. And then obviously, if you don't know how to use a clothing dryer, there is always this possibility. Obviously there are more things that you could learn how to do before you go to university, but I can't say everything in a video, partly because I can't think of everything and also because I can't make this video infinitely long, which it would have to be if I was going to list everything that you should probably try and learn before you went to university. And obviously there are all the sort of academic things you need to be on top of when you get there, but that's not what this video is about. And the things that I have mentioned in this video I would say are really important just for your basic daily functioning when you get there. Like, you don't want to get to university and then have to hope and pray that you just find friends who actually know what they're doing. And also it's kind of a bit embarrassing because you're supposed to be learning how to be independent when you go to university, because it's, for a lot of people, the first step between being a kid and being an adult, and you don't want to start your independence by having to depend on someone, because that's just, it just destroys the whole point. Plus you might actually not find anyone who knows what they're doing, then you're all gonna suffer. I have been Louise of IB Helpline. You have probably been preparing for uni if you found this video and you don't know me in person and I haven't begged you to watch it and leave a view and a like and a subscription, etc, etc. But yeah, if you like the video and you've made it this far, please like. And if you are new, please subscribe. We are trying to reach 200 by Christmas, 250 if we're really lucky, but it doesn't look likely. Check out our other videos. We have more university related videos and more academic videos. We also have a bunch of videos that are just whatever the heck we felt like uploading, which I actually had a friend meet me in person and tell me that she really liked one of our stupid videos, which made me feel really happy because I thought that all the views came from me spamming the video, so it looked like people actually engage with our channel. I don't think I have anything else to say. Oh yeah, we now have a Twitter, which will be linked down below, so if you want to follow us, I don't know why, but if you do, we have a Twitter and it's... so you can go and find that. Like I said, I'm Louise, this is IB Helpline. Hope you enjoyed the video and we'll see you next week. Bye guys! Bye guys. How do YouTubers end videos without feeling just unbearably awkward? I was going for a word that began with I and then I stopped myself because I realised that I don't think that meant what I thought it meant in that second. Cut.